reach down and take man by the hand and bring them together. And the only day, man, that can fill that requirement is the man called Jesus. I'm almost through, y'all. But as I close this morning, the word says that the fruit of the righteous is a tree of life. Isn't it amazing that we'll try to protect all the trees on the earth except the tree of life? Come on. You didn't get it. You missed it. Have you noticed we'll try to protect all of creation? You got tree huggers, and you got folk that love nature. And folk that think God is nature. And when I hear that, I say, Lord, no, the God is not grass and weeds and trees. No, He is above all of that. Have I got a witness here? The word says the fruit of righteousness is the tree of life. In other words, there's worthiness there. There is value there. He says the fruit of righteousness. Listen at the language, the imagery, fruit and tree. Now, you got to think God is a God of nature. God knows nature. In fact, He owns nature. And it is His nature to be good and righteous. Are y'all still with me there? The word says the fruit of righteousness is a tree of life. And you know, trees have longevity. Isn't that right? When you cut a tree, you see the rim in there. That tells what my science made. That tells you how old the tree is. All right. The tree is. Trees have longevity. But there's one thing about a tree. If you take a tree from its roots, y'all hear me? If you cut it away from its roots, the tree will lose its life source. Isn't that right? And have you ever noticed the taller the tree, amen, the deeper the roots are? Are y'all with me here? And then tell me some of the tallest trees are some of the redwoods in California. Are y'all with me there? But I've never seen the roots of a redwood. Are y'all with me there? But if I had to view them, I would have to be amazed at the roots of the tree. Are y'all with me here? And some of us need to recognize when you're going to stand up for God. If you're going to be a tall tree in His forest, you better have some roots. Have I got a witness here? Because if you're going to be a root, you're going to be like the Psalms. I'm going to be like a tree that's planted by the rivers of water that shall not be moved. Have I got company right there? In other words, the reason why I will not be moved is because of my roots. Are y'all with me right there? Yeah, when you got roots, you got depth. When you have depth, you have strength. And when you have strength, let the wind blow. Let the storms rise. Let whatever comes may come. But you're going to be standing right where the Lord placed you. Have I got a witness here? It is the righteous, it is the tree of life. But the word says worthiness is there. Then winning is there. But then wisdom is there also. He said it's like a tree of life. And notice the transition word said, and he. field. When you help someone else come into the kingdom. The problem is some of us are so satisfied with our own salvation. It don't excite us anymore. It don't move us anymore. But I don't know about you. Every now and then, my mind run back before I got saved. And somebody had to reach out and touch me. In other words, somebody had to open up and say, you need to come to church. You need to get baptized. You need to be a part of the family of God. You need to hear the gospel. Have I got witness here? And I heard the gospel. Yes, I did. When my oldest daughter was born, right over there on 56th Street. And she would get so cranky during church. We had to take her outside because she was squalling so much. Wasn't nothing be wrong with her. She just wanted to hop and make up unnecessary noise. But lo and behold, Mama took her out one Sunday. And when she took her out one Sunday, the Lord stepped in. Yes, He will. If you don't believe it this morning, you ought to tell somebody in your own family the reason why I got here. Because somebody told me about Jesus. And my brothers and sisters, it ought to be a burden on all of us to tell somebody else about Jesus. Have I got a witness here? He that winneth souls. Did you look at the word? It's got an S on soul. And it's talking about not the material, but the immaterial of man. It's not talking about the outer of man. It's talking about the inner of man. It's not talking about what you see of man, but it's talking about what you can't see of man. Because what you see is not all there is to me. What I'm looking at is not all there is to you. In other words, I'm more than half. I'm more than a suit. I'm more than Capricorn. I'm more than 6'1". I'm more than 225. I'm more than looking like my parents. I'm more than where I come from. I'm more than what you see. And I grew up with a song that said, what you see is what you get. It sounded so good, but it's a lie underpinned. Because as a child of God, what you see is not all you get. The Lord's still working on you. Have I got a witness here? I'm talking about soul women. Somebody that don't mind laying it out on the line. I don't have every answer for you. But one thing I do know, I was blind. But now I see, I was lost. But now I'm found. I was on my way to hell. But now I'm on my way to heaven. That's all I got to say this morning. He that winneth souls is wise this morning. Have I got a witness here? I came to Jesus just as I was. I was weary, worn and sad. But I found in Him a resting place. And He has made me glad. Anybody know what I'm talking about? Every now and then, the hymns raise up in my soul. Father, I stretch my hands to Thee. No other help I know. Thou wilt draw Thyself from me. My soul is happy. I can't help but think about how he brought me, how he taught me. I wouldn't be here had it not been for a loving God, and you wouldn't be where you are. Your soul wouldn't be having the blessing it has this morning had it not been for a loving God. Somebody ought to help you praise him. Somebody ought to get up this morning. Somebody ought to lift your holy hand. Tell the Lord, thank you. I'm on my way to help. I got a witness here. I said I heard the voice of Jesus saying unto me, come unto me, thou weary one, and lay down your head upon my breast. Have I got a witness here? And I don't know about you, but I'm glad I came on home. Have I got a witness? Now, I'm safe in his arms. Anybody else safe this morning? Anybody else soul is happy? Anybody else soul safe? Let me say yes. Tell him thank you. Thank you. I'm on my way to heaven land. Thank you. Come on, help me praise him tonight. He's worthy. I'm sitting back because my soul is happy. I'm just glad. I said I'm glad that the Lord allowed somebody. Yeah. He allowed somebody to touch this soul of mine and got my attention to say, yes, Lord. Yeah. Anybody else said yes to it? I mean, you really said yes to the Lord. And now you are part of his salvation plan. You're a soul winner. Huh? He that winneth souls is wise. Are we a wise church? Yeah. Are we a wise church? Are we experiencing the wisdom of God?